What's going on? Welcome to another edition of Heart of the City, episode 121. We've been rolling strong, man, for a long time, man. So tonight, got my co-host, man, Big Pat Sports Talk here with me tonight. Going to give Coach Ed a little bit of a break, and we got you covered. Lots to get into, man, but before we do, how y'all feeling tonight? And how you doing, Pat? What's good with you, brother?
Man, I'm good, man. Ready to do this Heart of the City, filling in for Coach. You know, got to do my double duty today, filling in for Coach and get well soon, Coach. But I'm ready to do Heart of the City, man. It's one of my favorite, if not the favorite show to do, man. Love Heart of the City. So we're going to talk about some New York sports for you guys, man.
No doubt, man. There is a lot to get into. Before we do, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's hit the intro, man, and get it started right. It's Heart of the City, baby.
All right.
Yeah.
Ricey K, the Raisin Man.
All right, man. We are back in the building. So, got a lot to cover today. Of course, big news with the Giants. Got my football aficionado here. We're going to hit you with that. Coming out, the Knicks. Knicks getting ready for the playoffs. Big matchup tomorrow night. We're going to talk about that. Yankees stay hot, are trying to stay hot in a battle right now. The Mets, cooled off a little bit this afternoon. We're going to talk about that. And we got a very, very special culture segment for y'all tonight. We got my man here, man, from Chicago. So we're going to get into a little New York versus Chicago. Y'all gonna want to stay tuned for that, man. But before I do, let me tap into the chat. Tap in with the People Cave. What's good, man? Hit that like and subscribe. You already know what it is. They should know what to do by now. It's Heart of the City, man. But, all right, so I'm gonna run through a little bit of news before we get into the meat and potatoes of this whole thing. And we got the Giants, we got the Jets to talk about, baseball, basketball. So we're gonna do a quick rundown. We're gonna walk these blocks. We're gonna see what's popping in these streets, man. Let's go around the city a little bit before we jump in. Gonna bring a couple guests in tonight. And we're going to talk some sports, man. It's going to be a dope show. But let's set the scene, man. So what we know what we dealing with out here in New York right now, New Jersey. to them with Around the City, baby.
All right, Around the City. Here we go.
I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Said I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power, the love and respect first.
All right, man. Let's go and do a quick little Around the City. All right. Yankees and Athletics. Yankees right.
New York Yankees.
For the ninth, 2-2 game. Let's take a look at the box score here a little bit. Got Judge 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a walk. So far, man, Yankees pitching been holding it down. Will Warren 4 2/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, 5 strikeouts. And right now, we will keep our eye on this game. For the Yankees, Cody Bellinger with an RBI and Escara with an RBI. So Yankees getting production from unheralded sources. Rosario, big hero the other night, man, with a couple RBIs, runs batted in. This New York Yankees team looking pretty good right now. 8-2. How about them damn Yankees? Yeah. I'm excited for the Yankees this year because I see pitching and clutch hitting. Not just a lot of swing, batter, swing and miss. Because that's what they have been for the majority of, their time. All right. Let's check up on the Metis.
New York Mets.
And Mets, we're going to bring Mets in here. And let's get into a little bit of Mets. Well, we're going to bring Mets in here in a little bit, but Mets down, or Mets lose 7-2. Mets now 7-5 on the season. We're going to tap in with our buddy Mets here in just a little bit, man, but the Mets got to keep pace, man, in that NL. That's what I'm worried about right now. Because Dodgers, Phillies, I mean, you got teams over there, man, you got to deal with. Looks like no Juan Soto tonight. So for the Mets, we'll get to this game here a little bit later because I don't want to spoil you my buddy Mets thunder. Let's go to the New York Giants and let's see what's going on with these goofy bastards.
New York Giants.
So the New York Giants bringing in 6'8" former Raven Daniel Falele. Mr. Daniel Falele adding to the group. The Giants also signed, I believe it's a guy named Patrick. Lucas Patrick, I believe it is. So we'll see how this Giants offensive line turns out. Of course, we do have to think about the big news, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit, of big Dexter Lawrence axing out. He wants out of there. He wants to go somewhere where he can win some games and get some money. Well, we'll see how that turns out, man. We're going to get to that here in just a little bit later. But, man, Giants got to really do something about that offensive line. Let's see what's going on with the goddamn Jets.
New York Jets.
Okay, so the Jets thought to be leaning David Bailey over Arvell Reese is the reports. Look, man, however they get it, they need to get it. And what it is a pass rush, because they don't necessarily have a lot of guys that can do that right now. So David Bailey over Arvell Reese, that is going to be an interesting one. We're going to have to get into a little bit of New York Jets mock draft if we got time today. But if not, I'll be giving you a video here soon on Unpopular Opinion Sports. So this is one to keep your eye on, especially if you're a Giants fan or a fan of any other team, because the Jets is really where the draft starts. So we can't forget about the Jets, because everybody know where, man, who going 1. 2 is where this thing is going to get real interesting here down the stretch as we get closer to the draft. All right, basketball. Basketball has been hot lately. Lots to talk about. We're gonna bring Cave Leaf in here a little bit later. I'm gonna really dive into it, but give you a little preview here and around the city. Let's go to the Nets.
Brooklyn Nets.
All right, I like that one. Cool. All right, Nets get a dub. Nets get a dub in Brooklyn, I should say. Beat the Milwaukee Bucks, who, I mean, they are a freaking mess. The damn Bucks. Nevertheless, Brooklyn winning games. It's got a lot of Nets fans upset. I believe this is 2 in a row for the Nets. And look here, man. These young dudes, they're going out there playing some basketball, man. They want to get a dub. Got EJ Liddell, 21, and Ben Saroff with 19. As the Brooklyn Nets drop to 3rd in the tank race. As I mentioned, a lot of Net fans not feeling this one, man, because they want that number 1 pick. That's what it's all about, ain't it? Trying to get that number 1 pick. Hey, be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for. You know, that's really how I could put it best. You know what I mean? Because all this stuff right here is just what they say, luck of the draw, if you believe in such things with the NBA. So it don't matter what you do. It's all up to them. All right, New York Knicks. Let's get to them.
New York Knicks.
Knicks beat the Hawks 108-105. That was a big dub there for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson getting it going down the stretch as he usually does. Ends up with 30. Cat Towns 21. OG 22. And the Knicks get a hard-fought win down there in Atlanta. They needed that one. They got to try to keep some of these teams well, really mainly it is just the team behind them, that is the Hawks. Yeah, it is the Hawks. So they needed to get that one. Got the Cavs in there too. Well, it's the Cavs, Knicks, the Pistons, Celtics, Knicks, Cavs. So we're going to talk about that possible first round matchups here in just a little bit. I don't know why the NBA website don't pull up the standings like they supposed to, but anyway, nevertheless, we'll get into it here a little bit later. Let's see what's going on in the NHL.
NHL.
Rangers with another L. Get to the tab. Down 5. Well, lost 5-3 to the Buffalo Sabres. And it's bad over there. 33, 37, and 9 for the Rangers. They will not be qualifying for the NHL playoffs. Playoffs. Yeah, they ain't going. So ain't got to worry about that. Yeah. Guess who else ain't going to the playoffs? The Devils. The goddamn Devils. They took a L2 5-1 to the Flyers. Yeah, it's over for them too. See ya later. They are out of there. Islanders, yep. The Islanders are outside looking in. Yep, we was going to get to them here in just a second. But yeah, the Islanders are the one team that's still fighting for their lives, their playoff lives here, as we'll share the standings here. As you see, Islanders right now fighting with the Capitals and Red Wings for those last couple spots. Islanders have lost 4 in a row. They are on a terrible slide as well. It's bad for New York hockey this year. It really is. As we check in, last game took the L to the Hurricanes. Carolina Hurricanes been a very good team in hockey, so I can't fault them for that. But it's you at least had hope for one of these teams to do something. God damn it, at least one, and we get a whole god dang on nothing burger from these suckers. Oh man, I tell you. But that's all I got for around the city. We're gonna get into the main portion of the show now. All right, man. Big Pat, where you at? We're gonna bring the fellas in here in a little bit, but you know what I want to get to, man. I've been holding off on speaking about the situation going on with the New York Giants and with Mr. Dexter Lawrence. That's where I'm gonna tap into first. Then we're gonna get to basketball. I got Leaf in here. We'll get Cave in. We'll have a basketball round table. Then we're gonna talk a little baseball. Hang tight, Mets. I got you, Brody. I appreciate y'all showing up. But we got to get this Giant stuff up out the way first, because I've been stewing on this, man. You know, I've been stewing on this one for a while. So I'm going to give my quick thoughts on how I feel about this. So if you know, New York Giants star Dexter Lawrence has requested a trade. He is not in there for the off-season program. As you know, that started yesterday for the New York Giants. And this one right here, man, y'all, it's such an indictment on the Giants as an organization. You know, forget about Saquon Barkley and Xavier McKinney and even Odell Beckham Jr. for a minute. This guy right here has been a rock for your franchise since he's entered the league. The man has not complained up until now. He has not gotten any off the field trouble. The man has played wherever you needed him to play, whether it be nose tackle. They had him, they had him at 3 tech, wherever, in edge, wherever. He has played it and he has performed for you. This man right here has been what the New York Giants and John Merrill want in a player. You want a good player and you want a good character player. That's what the Giants are always looking for. You got both. But somehow this man is unhappy because you're a raggedy ass team. All you got to do is negotiate the contract. Give him what he's worth. He's making less than Milton Williams and some of these other guys. And the way I see it too, bro, it's like, what do when you unhappy at your job, right? You go to your boss, you ask for a raise. Because that's how y'all got to look at it. See, y'all look at this thing like these are some robots or somebody who can just, they don't have no feelings, no family. This ain't an everyday life situation. This everyday life situation, when you talk about football players and football in the NFL, which is a business and entertainment. That's what it is. So when you got a man, and when you unhappy with your job, you go to your boss, you ask for a raise, and they kind of brush you off. Oh, we'll get back with you. You go again. Man, I've been busting my tail. Been here 4 or 5 years. You bringing in guys that just got hired, man. They at the same pay. And I actually went through this situation. They at the same pay as me. What are we doing here? Yeah. We'll get back with you. At some point, you keep going to that boss and he keep. All right, I got to get the fuck out of here. I got to go find another job. And in the NFL, the way you go find another job, you got to ask for a trade. You can't just release yourself. You see what I'm saying? So he want to go somewhere else and work. That's what Dexter Lawrence is telling you because he don't like his job or his employer. And why is that? Because they won't make the necessary changes to keep good people in-house. The New York Giants are becoming like Walmart. When you go to Walmart, constant turnover with their employees. Because ain't nobody happy there long enough to want to stay. If they let Dexter Lawrence, I don't think they will, but the Giants are very, they're the type of team that you never know. They haven't made a lot of smart decisions recently. So we can't give them the benefit of the doubt on anything, even with John Harbaugh being here. That's another thing. Leave Joe Shane the fuck alone. It's ignorant for you to keep blaming this man for shit when obviously John Harbaugh is the one that's got to fix this situation. If Dexter Lawrence ain't happy with the original contract that Joe Shane gave him, all right, the new sheriff's in town now, you still ain't happy. You got a new boss. You got to go talk to the new dude now. I'm sorry, they demoted me. Dex, go speak with John. Fuck you want him to do? Since he ain't running the show, the New York Giants fan base is one of the most hypocritical fan bases in sports. You want change. You want a new sheriff in town. Okay, cool. You got a job to do now. Because you can't let Sexy Dexy walk out the door. Because you're going to hear from me and a lot of other fans, man. But we got a couple here with us tonight, starting with Big Pat, man. Pat, I know you did a video, man, but give us your thoughts on this situation. And this, yeah, bro.
Yeah, this whole situation is it's a little sad because of the way. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna put on the people that are supposed to be put on. It's really this fan base and the talking heads that's in the building with the New York Giants. And I've been calling out Carl Banks since the beginning of this situation. And everybody, oh, Carl Banks never said that. When you say somebody in football is not respected, that's the lowest of the low. And people are not understanding that. He tried to come back and clear it up after Dexter Lawrence said what he said about him. But that's what the man said. He said the man was not respected. So that means they're not even paying attention to you on the field. Dexter Lawrence, all pro. You see what I'm saying? That's like you said at your job, man. You've been performing well for 2 straight years. And the 1 month you don't perform up to what you used to do, you're not respected. The man coming off major elbow surgery, had his first child. Couldn't get into the weight room and everything like he normally does during that off season, playing with a messed up elbow, and still was one of the most double team defensive tackles last year, and still one of the top people as far as getting rushes from the nose tackle position. So this dumb fan base, just because this guy put up 9 sacks before he got hurt in 2024, now you're judging him off sacks? A nose tackle? How many nose tackles you know got 100 sacks in the NFL? How many nose tackles you know have 50 sacks in the NFL? You know what a nose tackle's job is? The dirty work. The person that allowed, the nose tackle. He's going right there every freaking play, right there in the middle of the field, getting double teamed, getting grabbed, pulled, kick, punch. And if you look at the pressure list from the nose tackle position, there's Dexter Lawrence, and you got to go all the way down miles before the next nose tackle in pressures the past 3 years. All this production in 1 year where he has a little bit of an off year, where his whole team had an off year. Was it Dexter Lawrence's fault they was giving up touchdowns and points at the end of games? That was Dexter Lawrence's fault? That was Dexter Lawrence's fault when you see those linebackers not shooting the gap and making the tackles that they were supposed to, and the safeties not coming up filling gaps? That's Dexter Lawrence's fault? Let me guess, he's not respected, but he was still one of the most double-team defensive tackles all last year. With a banged-up elbow, let's just say he wasn't even motivated the way that he's normally motivated, because he's been trying to get a new contract. Because I told people that contract that he signed was going to be a steal. I knew it as soon as he signed it. But Dexter Lawrence, being the good Samaritan that he was, signed the contract early. He signed the contract 1 year too early, because Milton Williams the very next year gets $28 million. And Dexter Lawrence is only around 22 million. You don't expect that man to ask for more change? This is the best nose tackle in the game. The Giants fans, based off the dude can have 3 sacks one game and only get half the sack the next game, and he's trash. How you think Brian Burns had his best season of his career? How you think he had that? He's able to go one-on-one most of the time because you're too busy worried about Dexter Lawrence. So I don't think, like NYG, like you said, I don't think he will be traded. I just think this is a moniker of him trying to get his money. A lot of players do this every year. Okay, you're not going to come to the table, renegotiate a contract right now. Well, I got to do what I got to do. I'm going to ask for a trade. Because that will initiate somebody willing to give me the money that I'm asking for. That's all this is about. This is chess.
Let me ask you this. If John Harbaugh was to trade Dexter Lawrence, how would that make you feel about John Harbaugh and about the Giants period? Because I want to come back to this. And, I've been posting a lot of stuff on Twitter. Y'all go follow me on Twitter. I'm over 500 followers. So give me a follow, man. Trying to get up to a stack, to 1,000. And I'm going to go to one thing that I posted here because this is important when you're thinking about some of the things John Harbaugh has been talking about. And see, because a lot of people, and shout out to what's this guy's name right here? Cino about Joe Shane too, because it's one of these things where they say they hate him. I'm so confused. It's shown back in power because a month ago, everyone said he was a glorified scout who holds no power, or is he only in power if something happens you don't agree with, so you don't have to admit maybe John Harbaugh doesn't align with everything you want.
That's an absolute
and
fact.
That is kind of where I'm coming at, bro. Because
that's
you know what?
Absolute fact.
NYG don't just... I'm not just type of person just, all right, you're John Harbaugh. Woo! Everything you do, I'm cool with. Yay! You cut Dexter Lawrence. Yeah, he's good. So that's where I'm coming at. That's where I'm coming from, bro. Is how would that make you feel about John Harbaugh? Let's listen real quick to what he said, just so you can get a little bit of context of what I'm talking about.
I think the offensive line is like our team. It's a work in progress. The whole team is a work in progress still. We don't play until September. We have a lot of work to do, but the offensive line and defensive line, I think we talked about it right from day one. That's where games are won and lost. It's where it starts. We've got to try to build the best offensive line and the best defensive line in football. That's got to be our goal. Maybe it's a one-year proposition. Maybe it's not. We're going to find out. We're going to sure try. We're going to try to be the best in football on both sides this year. But we've got work to do in there. We still have free agency available to us. We still have the draft. And we also have really good players already. Really good players that are going to play really well, that we're going to get ready to play really well. So very optimistic about both sides of the lines.
All right. So that was John Harbaugh. You heard what he said about the lines. So how would that make you feel if you just went out there and traded Dexter Lawrence? Forget about what they can get or whatever, because with draft picks, they're draft picks. They're wild cards. You could get a hit or you could get a dud. You just don't know. Dexter Lawrence, you know what he is. So to my question I posed to you, brother, how would that make you feel?
It confused me a whole lot. Because he just said he wanted to build one of the best defensive lines in football. So how do you do that? By getting rid of the best nose tackle in football? You know, one of the better run stuffers in the league in football, one of the better pass rushing nose tackles in football, one of the better players in football, voted on by his peers for multiple years. So, and usually Sino gets on my nerves, but Sino is absolutely correct on that one. Every time something that doesn't go right is immediately to Joe Shane, because you don't want to admit that maybe John Harbaugh's views are not aligning to what you view. And me personally, I have to take a sit back and watch approach with both sides of the line. I know this question is about Dexter Lawrence, but I don't want to get off track. But he said he wanted to build both the offensive line and defensive line to be one of the best in football. So this is what's happened so far. You've re-signed Evan Neal. You've re-signed Joshua Zulu. You signed Lucas Patrick. You signed Daniel Falele. And you're talking about trading Dexter Lawrence. That's 5. Now, out of those 5 moves, do you see anything that says we're going to be the best in football on either side of the line?
What? Come on now.
So it's either that he has more faith in Daniel Falele and Evan Neal and Joshua Zulu than we do as fans, because I do believe Evan Neal could be a good run blocker, but his pass blocking, he's going to have to work on it. But they say he's been working his ass off, so, and I'm seeing what he's been doing, so who knows? If you can get something out of Evan Neal, that's a plus. Falele, I don't know what he sees in this guy, but he likes him. So you may see Falele here. But the icing on the cake is the trading of Dexter Lawrence, if that does happen. They said something about the 49ers, you get a second rounder and a 4th rounder and Brandon Ayuk. That's decent. But if Quentin Williams could get 2 first rounders, you can't get 1 first rounder for Dexter Lawrence?
Yeah. And if it ain't, if the conversation don't start with a first round pick, I'm hanging up the fucking phone. That's
a fact.
It's got to start there. And a whole lot more. This is the best defensive outside of, okay, let's break it down. Outside of Chris Jones, Quentin Williams, Dexter, like, that's it, bro. This is the class that came behind Aaron Donald when he retired. Yep. Chris Jones, Quentin Williams, Dexter Lawrence. However order you want to put him in, we the Giants, so we think Dex is the best. Chiefs fans gonna say Chris Jones, and you know, Cowboys fans will say Quentin Williams, but we'll see. But again, that's what we talking about here, bro.
You can't build the best lines or the best trenches in football with those 5 moves. I'm sorry, you just can't. And I'm not saying he's doing a bad job, because maybe it's, I don't know what happened with the Vera Tucker situation. I don't know what happened with the guy from the Browns, who I think would have been very good for us. Not Patino, but the other guy. I can't think of his name right now. Wyatt Teller. And hell, I would have took Greg Van Roten over Lucas Patrick. You know what I'm saying? At least bring somebody that you're good with. But personally, I would feel very disappointed, and I feel like it's happening all over again. We're going to lose one of our best players to another team, and he's going to go and do what they do, shine. Yeah. Especially Dexter Lawrence.
Nah, they go and win championships. Is what they do, bro.
Facts.
They win.
Love, Williams, Barkley. Those 3 championships right there.
Yeah.
McKinney with the Packers, but consistently in the playoffs. So it's I don't know, man. And it's a trend with the Giants team, though, when you really think about it. BJ Hill, Linval Joseph, Dalvin Tomlinson, Jonathan Hankins, Fred Robbins. Like, we have a history of getting very good defensive tackles, but then releasing them or trading them, and they go on to have very good.
And I'm sorry, I like Alexander, but he ain't that dude. He's not replacing Dexter Lawrence, and neither he's not Peter Woods or Caleb Banks in the draft. I'm sorry.
You're not replacing Dexter Lawrence.
There's nobody out there that's going to give you what Dexter Lawrence gives you. But yeah, let's get to basketball, man.
Get to the
Got my
basketball.
guys backstage waiting. So we're gonna dive into this Knicks. You can bring up Leaf and Cave. Mets, we're gonna get to you in just a second here as well. Because I want to talk some baseball. I gotta get to this Yankee stuff. But basketball is where we go. So what's good, Cave? What's good, Leaf? How y'all doing tonight, man?
I'm straight, man. I had to break in some new Nets gear hat and new hats plural because I got a bunch of them for some family. I just yesterday I just celebrated 38 years on this earth.
Oh man, happy born, bro. Happy birthday.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday. I'm 38 too. So
Your ass ain't 38.
I am 38.
You 38? Oh wow. Yeah, I can't believe I'm the same age as a lot of people. I ain't gonna lie to you, but yeah. Yesterday was a good day, man. I told my girlfriend she celebrated my birthday all month, so like that's the.
Yeah, I already know what that means, but
Like pop. Bang, 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 bang.
I had to get her with that one. She thought she was celebrating the day. Nah, we're celebrating this all month.
Yeah. But yeah, so Knicks get a dub the other night against the Hawks. And my thing here is with the Knicks, you see them sitting at 3 right now, projected to play either the Raptors or the Hawks, potentially the Magic. But we'll see how them final couple spots play out. This Boston thing, I think that's over.
Yeah, that's over with. They blew that.
So you really thinking about the Cavs here. You either 3 or you 4, pretty much where you at. My question to you is, to Knicks fans, we can start with Cave. Big game against the Celtics coming up tomorrow. We'll have that one on ABSN, Aboriginal Sports Network. But check it though, man. If you're the Knicks, who do you want to avoid in that first round? Because at Atlanta, Toronto, you beat up on Toronto. I don't know if you want to play the Magic, but Cave, talk to me, man. Like, what's going on with this Knicks team? They at least got to get out this first round, because if you lose in the first round of the playoffs, oh my God, it's gonna be some fireworks.
Yeah, fireworks, man. But yeah, first round depends on who we play. Like I said, if it's Atlanta or if it's the Toronto Raptors, I feel good about either one of those teams. Now, Atlanta's a one.
Feel good about Atlanta? I'm about to say, look pretty tough, boy.
No, they are a pretty tough team. They're playing a lot different now without Trae Young and stuff like that. But I still feel good against Atlanta and stuff like that. It's going to be a closer series than people would think, though. Because the problem is Atlanta can score. That's the one thing they can score. You know what I'm saying? They can score. And Okongwu now has added a 3-point shot to his game. You know what I'm saying? So that's what makes it more harder, because he added a 3-point shot to his game. But the problem with the Knicks, like I said, all season for the Knicks have been consistency. They got to be consistent. That's their problem. They can't play a whole game consistent. That's it. Other teams can play like a whole game, but if the Knicks really put the focus to it and do it, then yeah, they could do it. And the thing about the NBA that I like is it's a series. It's not like a one-game elimination. So you got a whole series to show what you can do. So there's no excuses. You know what I'm saying? especially if you like you healthy. You know what I'm saying? Compared to like if you was missing a lot of players or injuries or stuff like that. But yeah, and then you can make adjustments and things like that. So in a series compared to like playing like a one game. So yeah, against them. But the one team that I would think that the Knicks probably have problems with teams that are really scrappy and just like, just keep playing like Charlotte Charlotte plays a lot scrappy a lot, throughout the whole game. That's the thing, but teams like Boston is a good shooting team. They're not a physical team. So their whole thing is shooting. If they shoot the lights out, then you're going to have problems with them if they shoot the lights out. But if they miss them shots, yeah, you could be right in there with them. Cleveland ain't physical either. You know what I'm saying? There's this scoring too with Mitchell. Harden, like I said, we'll see if playoff Harden going to show up. You know what I'm saying? You know how it'd be in the past. So who knows? Maybe it might be good, this time around. But like Orlando is the one team we haven't played Orlando in a long time. And Orlando is a matchup because, like I said, they can play tough. They got hard-nosed players like Suggs, Wagner, Banchero and stuff like that. So they're a little matchup problem or something like that. So of all the teams, like I said, those would be the teams like Orlando, Charlotte, probably Atlanta to a certain extent and stuff like that. And Detroit, we probably ain't gonna meet them until we get a little bit further, depending on what it is. And I don't know how their situation is with their injuries and stuff like that, But like I said, Boston is just the shooting and stuff for Boston, because when they lost Drew Holiday, Al Horford, the vet, and then also Kristaps Porzingis, another real tall player and stuff like that, the shooter and stuff like that. That took a load out of them. But like I said, Tatum and Brown is always going to be tough. But those other guys, Shireman and those bench guys are really stepping up. So that's another thing too. So you have to guard those guys.
Yeah. So the Knicks, the Knicks beat the Magic last time they played them. They lost to the Magic last time they played them.
Mm-hmm. I think that was like 2 months ago because I don't remember playing them in a long time.
Yeah. I'm looking at the schedule now.
Well, play-in and stuff like that. So we'll see who in the play-in and stuff like that who gets in.
Yeah. But you play. But you will play the. I guess it would be the winner of.
Yeah, Cleveland and Atlanta got back-to-back. I think Cleveland won tonight, but they go to Atlanta, I think, the other night or something like that.
So, yeah, Cleveland and Atlanta. If you get Toronto, I think you're good there.
Mm-hmm.
But it could be the Magic that could take that spot because they're only a half game behind Toronto. That's why I was bringing up the Magic right there.
Mm-hmm.
The Sixers, I don't have no faith in the Sixers, and I think the Hornets are too far back. If you see them, it would be like in a second round matchup because Detroit and Boston are going to get the winner of the play-in teams.
Right.
Those two play-in matchups. So that's what I'm saying right now. So that being said, if you're the Knicks, all right, and this is what they've been talking about, if you drop to 4 and you play Atlanta,
mm-hmm.
You get Cleveland. You get Detroit in the second round. If you stay at 3 and you play Toronto, you get Boston in the second round. Now you 2-1, you down 2-1 versus Boston. We'll see how that turns out tomorrow. And with Detroit, you haven't beat them this year. So and it hasn't been close. So that's why I'm kind of like, all right. Either way, like, who do you feel better about? Detroit, Boston. I feel like the Knicks should win that first round matchup. I do. Like, honestly, if you can't beat Toronto, somebody in that organization need to be smacked.
Yeah.
I feel like that.
Go ahead.
Too,
You chime in, bro. Go ahead.
I don't think Toronto, Atlanta, Orlando, or Cleveland can compete. As stupid as the Knicks have been playing.
Cleveland? Really?
No, I don't. They got James Harden. They got James. That's all you need to know.
I get it, man, but
I'm not.
They won 50 games, bro. Like
they won 60 games last year, and we saw what happened to them. They got James Harden, bro. I'm not doing this. I'm not. Listen, you can argue with anybody else you want to argue with. We're not gonna do that. They got James Harden. If I'm the Knicks, I'd rather play Boston. They beat them last year. They did beat Detroit last year, but this Detroit, the Detroit team that they beat last year is not the same as this year. Clearly ain't. So I would at least wait for Detroit to bite one of them injury bugs, because Cade been in and out of the lineup. So I mean, the Knicks still got a good chance to make it out of the East. The problem is they championship hopes ain't shit. It really sucks, because it is what it is. As bad
you can't beat none of them teams in the West. Like
as bad as they playing,
the Spurs, like they ain't beating none. They ain't beat none of them this year, have they?
Not the Spurs.
I think they beat
You
Denver
beat the Spurs. Yeah, I did think you did beat the Spurs.
They beat Denver. I think they beat the Spurs.
Real good. OKC was the only team we have problem with. OKC and probably Houston, I think. But we'll see if we see them in the series and stuff like that. But Denver's a good team, but for some reason we match up good with Denver because, like I said, they play.
I like Denver, man. Denver, all right, bro.
The Denver matchup is because Cat is not scared to attack Joker. Yeah. That's the real thing in that.
I think the thing with that is because Denver is a slower paced team. That's the problem. When the Knicks play slower paced teams, they have good luck with them. But when they play those teams that's fast and just like that's when they have problems with those type of guys.
Right. That's the problems that they have. So if I'm the Knicks, I play Boston because even though the Boston Celtics they did win a championship, my thing still stands with them. They got two Scottie Pippins. They got two dudes that will probably blow the dope when it all matters. We seen it last year. They blew two 18-point leads.
Right, 20-point leads, right.
At home. And then on their way to Jason Tatum limping his way off the court with Achilles. So realistically, y'all shouldn't fear nothing that the Celtics is
playing. No, we don't.
Anything, the only team that has stomped a mud hole in y'all ass this season is Detroit. Y'all can't do nothing with them. Stay away from them by all costs. If y'all see them and Cade is healthy, God help y'all. Because y'all ain't doing the damn thing with them.
I think it's like I said, I think it's different this time around. Because like I said, Mitchell Robinson, like I said, he don't play back to back. So in the playoff, he gonna be playing every game. And plus, the Knicks bench is better than last season's bench. Last year we didn't have a bench at all. And I don't even, you know what I'm saying, without a bench. But now we got more players, like more than last year's the bench.
I mean, y'all do, but y'all also got Bullethead Mike Brown as the head coach.
Hey,
Mike Brown, man.
We'll see it. That's why they play the games, man. We'll see.
That is true, but y'all shouldn't fear Atlanta, Toronto, or none of them teams. Those is easy first round wins.
I mean, Atlanta's not really an easy team though. They are.
They're not, bro. I don't see why you think Atlanta's an easy out.
They don't have no structure.
I mean, I want Atlanta. I want Atlanta because I want to go to the games and stuff. That's all I care about.
Right? Yeah. True that.
He want to go get them.
I'll go to the games when the Knicks and the Hawks play.
He want to go get them lemon peppers. That's what he want.
Right by Magic City.
We up in here. All right.
But
things up in here.
2-1. The Knicks or the Celtics got the advantage. As you see the scores here, Knicks won last time, 111-89. So the Knicks actually got the series 2-1 right now against the Celtics. Now, is Jaylen Brown and all these guys going to play? Look like they got doubtful next to him.
Why? Because they probably clinched the second spot. If they clinch, yeah, I think if they clinch, but I think they'll play tomorrow. They'll play tomorrow.
Yeah, because if they don't play, then and the Knicks beat them, then it's like, all right, cool. You want to rest your players, but we'll see. They still remember that the Tatum just got back a little while ago, so they still getting it together over there in Boston, man. But that kind of sucks for the Knicks, man. It's like just when you got a nice little road to get to the championship game, and here come Boston backing away. You know what I'm saying? Like, personally, I hate the Celtics, so I'm rooting for the Knicks. But it's they kind of in the way, yo. Then you're gonna have to play them in the second round. It's like, damn. You know what I mean? And then you're going to have to see Detroit if you get by them. It's like, damn. Then you're going to have to see OKC or San Antonio if you get by them. And it's like, goddamn.
Personally, I hope the Celtics and Knicks series end up in a draw. I hope neither one of them teams
Instead of
don't make
draw.
it out, man. 100%. The Celtics, they like I said, they got 2 Scottie Pippins, bro. Like that ain't nothing gonna change. Nothing. So it is.
I
what
mean,
it
they
is.
won a chip though with them 2 Scottie Pippins, so I
They won a
can't
chip
just
because
brush
everybody
them
was
off to the
hurt.
side.
I mean,
That's why they won a chip.
I mean, they had Drew Holiday. You know what I'm saying? Al
Yeah,
Horford.
they had Drew
Man,
Holiday,
that's true.
Porzingis, Al Horford,
Yeah.
and all them good ass role players, bro. Like that, like
And
it's
White was
easy to
White,
do
White
that
was
with
going
2
crazy.
Scottie Pippins and good role players and nobody to play. Of course, you can win a championship.
I got 2 Scottie Pippins.
Yep, 2 of them. Ain't none of them.
Not
none of
one,
them
but
dudes
I
number
got
1
2 Scottie Pippins.
Yep.
All right, man. How you feeling about this Nets 2-game win streak, bro?
I'll be honest with you.
Oh, but before you say that, man, F the Wizards, man. Wizards get to keep it.
This is
Why
this
they
is-
keep giving them? Nah, they gotta. I don't care if they got the
NBA
best
don't do
odds.
nothing.
They the ones need to get screwed this time.
NBA don't do nothing to them tanking
I'm
teams. bro.
tired of the Wizards
Yo,
getting number one
I'm-
picks
listen,
to
I'm
ruin.
gonna say this, man.
That is
and
annoying.
listen,
They don't need it.
the Nets need to never be in the business of trying to draft any top prospects ever again.
He said
One-
that top 3.
One, because that's not what we do. We acquire talent. We don't build it. We acquire it. Jason Kidd, Vince Carter, Drazen Petrovic, Stephon Marbury, Kevin Durant, Darren Williams, Joe Johnson, Kyrie Irving, James Harden. The list goes on and on and on.
Now that you put it, jeez.
We acquire talent. We don't draft it. The Knicks, the only thing.
When you drafted was Derek Coleman was number 1.
I mean, yeah, they had back in the
Derek
day
Coleman-
Kenny Anderson,
Derek Coleman
they had the-
and-
number 1, or he's number 2. Or 3?
Derek Coleman and
Jason
Kenyon
Williams.
Martin.
Kenya Martin.
Kenny
Martin.
yeah,
Derek Coleman
yeah.
and Kenyon Martin did not live up to nothing that the names that I just told you. They did not live up to none of that status. And they were picked number 1 in their drafts. We do not do this.
Well, Kenya Martin went to NBA Finals and all that stuff. So
Kenny Martin was okay. I mean, Derek Coleman was okay. I mean, they were all stars, bro. I mean, they wasn't like scrubs. You know what I mean? You can't say that.
Yeah, right. You absolutely right. But based on how number 1 overall picks are judged, they did not touch the stratosphere of number 1 overall picks.
But you have to understand that they could be the number 1 pick, but it's who's the GM and how he building the team though. Just because you're the number 1 pick, you have to build the team right. So if you don't put nobody around them, they're not going to reach their potential like that. So it's up to the GM. The player's not the player's fault. It's the GM's fault.
In ways it is. Look, and outside of the Jason Kidd era, you got to look at the facts. The facts is nobody has lived up to that era. Nobody has lived up to the success of that era. Nobody has lived up to the status of that era. Nobody has lived up to the aura of that era. So realistically, the pieces that you got, and now I'm hearing rumblings on Twitter that, hey, F it, we going after Giannis. I'm like,
How you gonna do that?
Believe. Let me say this. So if y'all get the top 2, top 3, who do you want, man? Because like I said, I hope y'all get one of those top picks. Like I told NYG, you need one of them players here in New York and stuff like that with the Nets or something like that, man. So who would you want?
If it was up to me, I'd have all 3. Cause we goddamn 3. I'll be honest with you, bro. Like we in the shitter. You taking a look at some of these rosters that's hitting the court. Like, I don't know who the hell EJ Liddell is.
It's bad, yeah. It's pretty bad, bro. When EJ Liddell
we in the shitter.
Is winning games for you.
But you got to
Cave.
start somewhere, though. I mean,
bad,
you got to
bro.
start somewhere. Which one of these
Yeah,
guys?
I know we got to start somewhere, but Cave, we looking like the '90s Clippers.
I know, but what I'm saying is, who's the player in the draft that you think could be the cornerstone to set the franchise up for success and then build from there? One of these top.
I like Caleb Wilson.
Yeah, I love Caleb Wilson, man.
There you go. That's the
I
guy.
like him. The reason why I like him is because he's not somebody that you got to draw up plays for. He's just gonna run. He's just gonna be active, be everywhere, get to on the defense end, block shots, get in the pass lane, play in the open court. Like, he's not a guy that you got to run anything for. You could just let him go. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Boozer comes from Duke, and what Duke is, they teach sets, they teach X's and O's and structure. You know, AJ DeBonsa, the thing is,
he's good.
AJ DeBonsa, as good as he is, I feel like a lot of the defensive assignments is going to be focused on him the second that he comes in, because he's going number one. He's going number one. So, like, when you a number one pick, now all the focus is on you. Teams ain't going to take that long to figure you out, what you like to do, what you don't like to do, this, that, and the third. So you're going to have to adjust your game quickly. Cooper Flag going to find that out next year.
How you feel about Acuff?
That's another play I love, bro. I love it. You don't like Acuff?
Darius Acuff is already in the NBA. You see
Right.
him. You see him almost every game.
I know.
You see Brunson. You see all of these little itty bitty guards. They're like
He's like 6 what? He's 6.
He like 6'2", 6'3", bro. Like, listen, Darius Acuff is already in the NBA. Like, there's no. The one thing I know about the NBA is defenses are not going to get hit with the same foolery more than once. They're not. The next version that Steph Curry that shows up, they're going to be ready for it.
But that's the thing, though. There's no defense in the NBA. the NBA is an open gym. It's a rec league. It's an open gym. They play better defense in college than in the NBA. The NBA don't play no defense.
No, they just hold the.
Why do they score 140 points? Why they score 140 points? They just shooting.
Cave, bro. No, the thing is, the reason why the
Nets
scores
can't
are so
score
low
100.
in college.
I'm over scoring in the 90s.
The reason why the reason why the scores are so low in the 90s is because they holding the ball for 23 seconds in college. They listen to the coach.
No, we talking about the NBA. I mean, I'm talking about the NBA. They're scoring 150 points. Like I said, guys are just wide open. All you gotta do is make shots in the NBA. That's basically what it is. It ain't no lockdown defense in the NBA.
You sure? You tell OKC that.
Listen, let me say this. Like I said, how many people you see taking charges? How many people you see doing all that type of stuff, playing like great defense? College, guys. Let me tell you something. Guys post up in the league. They take 1 or 2 dribbles, and then the big ass dude is falling down and flopping. NBA flops a lot. Them dudes flop. They flop. They don't take the physicality in the NBA. They don't take charges. They don't do none of that stuff. These guys are prima donnas, bro. College, you could play defense in the college. You could back that dude down and play physical in college. In NBA, them guys don't do that. They flop. NBA players are floppers.
I mean, if that's the case, bro, like, tell the OKC Thunder and San Antonio as to why their defenses are so damn good. Because guess what? OKC is still a all-time ranked defense. They were that last year.
I don't know about that.
They were.
They defense is not going ranked in on the top NBA defenses, bro.
I swear to God, they are.
That's today's NBA. If they was playing in the 90s, they would get rocked. They was playing in the 90s, bro. There was more physicality in the 90s. Today's is Fugazi. It's Fugazi basketball, bro.
Leaf. I mean, how would you feel if the Nets draft Darius Acuff 4th overall in the 2026 NBA draft? That's what I want to know.
It depends on who's left, because if Caleb Wilson is still on the board and we draft Acuff,
they're gonna all be gone. 1, 2, 3. That's what I'm saying. If the Nets get 4th, this is why I'm saying this right now. This is why I brought this topic up. They won 2 games in a row, right? Okay. So now they're 3rd, a half a game ahead of Utah.
Oh boy.
And Sacramento.
Oh boy.
So if you dip down into one of those 4th, 5th-ish spots, you looking at Darius Acuff, brother. Caleb Wilson and them ain't gonna be there. I guarantee you.
gonna be gone.
You know what? I agree with
A
you.
Cuff or
but
Peterson? That's probably who you looking
I'll
at.
probably go with Peterson. I think Peterson is I think he's ready. I think he's ready for the NBA game already. I think a lot of what he can do already adjusts to where the point guard position is going. I think A Cuff is where the point guard position used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just in terms of the stature and just in terms of play style. Like I think A Cuff, he gonna come in the league and dudes already gonna know what he gonna do. They gonna know what he gonna do. Tween, try to skip to the right, man, and a quick first step to the basket. There's gonna be somebody waiting there to punch that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I mean,
he'll be all right as a scorer, bro.
I think he'll be okay.
My thing is though, do you need another ball dominant scoring type guard, or do you need a wing? You know what I'm saying?
We need over the top players. We need
athletes.
That's
That's what I'm saying. You need big men, because right now
we draft.
And when you look at the Nets lineup, it just looked like a bunch of guards out there. It do. It's just like a bunch of little ass dudes.
European guards.
It's a bunch of guards.
What the hell? One of them the 6'9". We trying to just get him to shoot.
Even the big men look like guards. I'm like,
that's a damn shame.
Danny Wolf is a guard.
But sometimes man, like you said,
Danny Wolf is a guard, but I mean, he could rebound.
You look at the draft from last year. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talking about Con Knippel. Nobody thought he was gonna be what he is as a rookie. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah, he lit it up.
He's a slow player. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Just like I told you last year about VJ Edgecombe. It's like nobody wants to talk about VJ Edgecombe now. He's a good player. He's a good young player.
I seen Edgecombe, man. I just, you know what I'm saying?
I was like Jimmy Butler, like a younger.
It was more of a just thinking about some of the other talent. But yeah, because you was thinking about Cooper Flag, obviously, Ace Bailey, Harper, and all that. But Edgecombe he was decent, yo. You know what I'm saying? But all right, we're gonna get to tomorrow night, man. Knicks, Celtics, Cave. You got the call. I'll be on there with you. It's gonna be a big game, so we get you prepped here on Heart of the City for it. And hey, man, this is a big measuring stick going right before you get into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Give us your quick thoughts on this matchup, particularly Cave, before we get to
on this matchup, man. As like I said, I have to see. I don't know what to expect from the Celtics right now, because like I said, with Jason Tatum coming back, we haven't played him since he's been back and stuff. And then like I said, these other bench guys, like I said, Shireman and Pritchard and even Garza. What's the other one? There's another one. Is it Gonzalez or something like that? I think for the Celtics, these guys have been like balling. So, I want to see how these guys are and stuff like that.
Yeah, the little Peyton Pritchards and all that. Where they find these little guys at, man?
Peyton Pritchard. But yeah, like I said,
little Lucky Charms dudes, boy. They got the right name, the Celtics, yo.
So you guys will get to see, man. I want to see, like I said, how they function tomorrow and stuff like that, But like I said, the Celtics, they're gonna be they're gonna live by the shot and die by the shot. That's what they are. Because like I said, there's no physicality on the Celtics right now. What's that? Quita, the other dude, he may be the one in the paint for him or something like that. But Garza's a 3-point shooter. He wants to shoot shots and stuff like that. He is a big man. He has got some size to him and stuff like that. But we'll see. Like I said, I'll see how Tatum and them guys is how they play off each other going into the playoffs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
y'all should be Boston because I don't think they younger players that they got on this roster, the newer players, they play good all season, but I don't think they're gonna be playoff ready. I think I think y'all have their confidence shaken from last year, and Jason Tatum is coming back from Achilles. He's playing well, but he's gonna have to overexert himself, and then that's when they're gonna mess themselves up because they got 2 Scottie Pippins. We gotta always remember that in the back of our heads, bro. Like the Boston Celtics got 2 Scottie Pippins. When it come down to when it come down to winning time, you saw that they blew 2 18-point leads at home against y'all last year. That proves to me that there is no head honchos realistically on this team. They are champions, but they ain't go-getters. When the going gets tough, they could get back down easily.
Yeah, but the one thing about them, I will give them credit. Like they got a lot of guys that overachieved this year because I didn't think they was going to do what they did. So them guys are playing with confidence and they still overachieving. They making shots. That's all it is. Like I said, making shots. If you making shots and stuff like that, that's all that matters, bro. That's all.
They got a lot of glue guys. You know, some of these little role players that come in and just kind of help lift them up when they have injuries or when they, you know what I'm saying, when some of their guys are off. That's what makes the Celtics so good. You know, I get the 2 Scottie Pippen thing, but again, it's a lot of those other guys that keep them afloat a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, in some of these tougher games. But
we'll see in the playoffs, man.
Yeah, we're going to see, man, and we're going to catch y'all tomorrow night, man, right here on the Aboriginal Sports Network and the Man Cave, as well as Unpopular Opinion Sports, man. Got Leaf Diggy here, man. Appreciate y'all for this conversation, man. This was dope. We're gonna get to a little better up, a little baseball here.
That's
yeah, Leaf. Appreciate you, bro.
Of course, all day.
We're gonna do the NBA draft, man. Want y'all with me for that, man. We got to, bro.
Leave,
or at least do the draft lottery with me, bro. Because again,
lottery last year.
I gotta see your face. I gotta see your face when that shit flip over.
Hold up.
And the joint say Brooklyn Nets got the 7th pick.
You know, Leaf cut it off.
I gotta see your reaction to that shit.
I cut that shit off last year. I'm not doing
I know. That's how
I'm not doing this. No, y'all not gonna put me. No, that's what's not gonna happen. That's what's not gonna happen. No, they're not gonna. The NBA is not gonna play in my face again. That's what's not gonna happen, bro.
Picking 6 to Brooklyn Nets.
They already think I'm stupid, and they think I don't know what the hell they doing, man. This is not a laughing matter. It's not. It's not at all.
Man, I don't want this. I'm a Nets fan too, bro. But it's kind of like, this is what you get for tanking. Stop fucking tanking. Build a damn team. You can't guarantee no fucking number 1 pick.
But the thing is, it's so crazy. San Antonio could tank. The Wizards could tank. Yeah. Everybody else could tank when the Nets do it. Now
the Wizards should be banned. They really should be banned.
Wizards, the Jazz.
Yeah.
Utah. Like, come on, bro.
The Mavericks don't even have to tank. They just get them picks. That shit crazy. But
for real, Dallas just get Cooper Flat. Come on.
Yeah. Right. All right, we're gonna bring in Mets, man, for this baseball news. Definitely appreciate y'all, man. But shit crazy as hell. All right, we're gonna get to let's get to these dang on Mets. There he is.
Salute,
what's going on, buddy? Salute, man.
If I want to be honest, I was, with the way the Met game played out, apathetic. After the fact that the Mets have won more games than they won last year, coming a bit from behind in the 8th inning or later going into that inning, especially when those 3 games gave me almost borderline heart attacks, I'm content with a loss today because I didn't have to suffer another heart attack, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, man. We don't want you to have no heart attacks, no heart of the city, bro.
Having said that,
get that heart right.
Having said that, something's up with David Peterson. Either he's 1, tipping his pitches too frequently, 2, he's covering up an injury, or 3, it might be both. I mean, how else can you be this bad right out of the chute?
What we got here tonight? 5 and then 6 hits, 5 earned.
And all of them in the first 2 innings.
Well, Bo Bichetti's starting to get it going here a little bit for you guys. Had 2 hits today.
Pronounced Bichette. He is actually it's the silent E. It's
Bichette. Okay, Bo Bichette. What's going on with Soto? Soto didn't play today. What's up
Calf
with
strain. Calf strain. Suffered it in the game against San Francisco on Friday. At best, we get him back next Friday when the team is in Chicago. At worst, we get him back 2 weeks from Friday against Colorado.
Okay. Lindor's struggling as well. See, some of these guys. I mean, Juan Soto was hitting pretty well, I believe, before he got hurt. But some of these guys that you were counting on,
I mean, Lindor start having this Reggie Gigas level of slow start. It's something I've come to expect with him as a Met.
Yeah, but you need to get these bats going, bro. And it's got to be some of your top guys. You sign Bo, you got Lindor there, you got Soto on a huge contract. You know what I'm saying? You need to get production from this lineup. Look, you scored 2 runs. Now you gave up 7. That's not good, obviously, man. But the Mets, man, they put a lot of bread into this lineup, man. So they need to get more production, man, from that lineup in some of the games that, I've been tapping into when I can. It just seems like the lineup ain't giving them the production that they need. Looking at some of these averages as well. With Lindor and
I mean, part of me wonders, could this been averted if we had gotten a GM who wasn't a cold, callous, skin-flinting, cheapskate POS like David Stern, who shows no loyalty to long-term players?
Yeah, well, you show loyalty to Juan Soto. You know what I mean? So that's Lindor, like, you got some of these guys that you hit now. Pete Alonso, would be nice to have his bat in the lineup. I understand that. You know what I mean? I totally feel you on that. But,
having Edwin still in the bullpen would be
yeah, true that. So, but you can't have it all. You know what I mean? You can't have it all. And this should be a good enough team. They got World Series aspirations. They should be a good enough team to get through that with what they got. You know what I mean? How's your pitching been? I heard Kodai Senga. He's been playing pretty well. What do you think about the pitching? I know you talked about Peterson, but what about some of the other guys?
Holmes has been doing better than I would have expected. McLean up to par with what I expect, except here's the main problem. My biggest issue is with Mendoza's open tendency to give the starting rotation pitchers the hook before they can get out of the 6th inning in most cases. I mean, lone exception so far was Clay Holmes going 7 last Saturday in San Francisco in that shutout.
Yeah. So
and this is the thing you don't want to do with your pitching core. Pull your starters early and get your bullpen overtaxed, which is a nasty habit Mendoza has. I mean, true, he's trying to be more analytical this year than he was last year, where he was a reckless, psychotic gambler who ended up screwing the Mets more often than helping them.
Yeah. So we do got some bullpen issues. But your starters, how do you feel about your starters?
Peterson worries me right now. Peralta is hit or miss. Holmes is at least showing some consistency to be good. McLean is what I expect out of him. Senga, there are days that are a little choppy.
You think your starting pitching is good enough to get you to a World Series?
Don't know. That's a little sus, to be honest.
Yeah,
I am not overconfident like I was last year at this time. This time, I have basically got Mendoza and Stearns under the gun. I've said all year they're under the gun, and if they screw it up, I'm cocking the hammer, and bang, they're fired.
All right. Talk a little Yankees with me, man, before I let you go. Yankees lost tonight. They took a L as well, 3-2 to the Athletics.
I mean, bad enough that this past Sunday you guys had a 4-1 lead over Miami and screwed that pooch too.
Yeah, that was not good. But it'll be 8-3 now overall for the Yankees.
Kind of what you expect with them at this point in the season.
Yeah, you can't win them all, and they've looked pretty good so far. So I ain't gonna kill them for this one. They beat the Athletics last night, so 1-1 now.
Led by Rosario.
Rosario, yup, he was the hero last night. And with the Yankees, Judge getting it going here a little bit now. Had a hit and a walk today. So Bellinger's been good. Ben Rice has been on fire. Stanton has been on fire. And you get what you get from some of the other guys. But, that middle of the lineup, man, for the Yankees, if they are on, it's going to be tough cookies.
That's for sure.
For some of this pitching, bro. Because
Here's
Judge, Bellinger, Ben Rice, Stanton, and then Chisholm can get in there too when he's hot. That's tough.
But here's the thing with the Yankees. With them, it boils down to one question. Can they keep their momentum going post All-Star break? The last couple of years, 3 of the last 4 years, they usually fall off the cliff during the All-Star break, or at least begin to taper off at best.
Yeah. Well, what it is, Mets, it's injuries.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Because the Avery Sports was good. Shout out to the chat, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Apartment Gamer, what's good with you, man? Appreciate you tapping in. Look, what it is, Mets, it's the injuries. So right now they're relatively healthy outside of the pitching in Cole and what's my Rodon, and Smith. But I think when it gets to like June, July, August, you start seeing Stanton, Judge, Bellinger, like you start seeing all these guys, these 30 and up guys start to get banged up because it's a long season. So that's where Aaron Boone and his management for the Yankees got to come in and get some of these other guys to step up, like Rosario's, like Ben Rice's, you know what I'm saying? Like some of these younger players to come in and give some of your big guys a rest.
True.
And you don't get that big drop off. Because when Judge is out, it is rough.
Right. I mean, we saw all that. We saw how rough it could get back in 2023.
Yeah. So that's the challenge for the Yankees is getting over the injuries. I think when this team is healthy, they're as good as any team in baseball, including the Dodgers. But they gotta be healthy, and then they gotta get there. And getting there to the World Series with a fully healthy team is tough to do.
And then there's also Boone needing to avoid going too analytical and shooting himself in the foot if they get that far, like they did 2 years ago.
Yeah, they gotta realize that they need to change their approach a little bit, as far as the analytics. When the lead pitches in, when the lead hitters in. Sometimes you see them take guys out and pitch around certain guys, and it's like, what are you doing? But it's that sheet telling them that AI telling them, hey, this is right.
Or putting pitchers in their worst, in situations where they're at their worst.
Yeah, man. But right now, I think it's good for the Yankees because you got a hot start and you getting good pitching. You getting good pitching from was it Schindler, Cam Schindler. Schittler. It's not Schittler. It's Schlittler. Shit. I don't want to say Schittler because that's what I wanted. That's how it sounded to me, like Schittler.
It's
like Schlittler. It's a funny sound. You know what I'm saying? So to try to make, you know what I mean? But whatever. but he's playing well. You know, you got of course you got Freed, who's been on fire. You know, you got Will Warren. You got some of these other guys, and that is what's been the good thing, because once they get Cole back and Rodon and really get this starting pitching together, then like you said, your starters can give you some good innings, so you're not overtaxing that bullpen. And because that has been, you know, a Yankee problem in recent years too. That damn bullpen has been a mess.
It's been a problem for the Mets with their managers constantly yanking the starters and putting the bullpen under the gun. Too.
Yeah, no doubt, man. But appreciate you tapping in, bro. We're gonna catch you on the next one for our baseball segment. This was dope. Hey, man, when the Mets play the Yankees, man, we need to call that one. I need to try to call that with you.
May 16th through 18th. Want to collaborate on the 17th? Because that's probably the only game I'll be able to pick up out of the three.
Yeah, I'll see what my schedule looks like, and we'll try to get together and call the little Mets Yankees. I think that'll be fun.
All right. Peace.
All right, my man. Peace. All right, Pat. We're going to get into some coaches segment now, man. Got a special one for y'all tonight. We doing a little New York, a Chicago. You know, I'm the New Yorker, obviously, of course. Big Pat is originally from Chi-Town, so, you know, outside of the Giants, you know, pretty much a Chicago fan. So we're going to tap into a little heart of Chicago along with the heart of the city, New York, like we do, man. This is going to be a dope one. Let's get into a little coaches segment, man. Knicks Bulls coming right up. Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
All right. There it is, man. Love that little sound. It's time, man. All right. So we're gonna do, like I said, a little special one. Top 5 players who played for the Knicks and the Bulls. Top 5 players who played for both Chicago and New York. And hey, I got a little list for y'all. Pat got a little list for y'all. So we're gonna go through this. I guess I could set it off, man, if you want.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's all good. You know what I'm saying? So let me get it together here. All right, we got I got my top 5 here. Got my top 5. Top 5 players who played for the Knicks and the Bulls. Yo, it's playoff time. Knicks, Bulls. I think the Bulls are no, the Bulls are tanking. That's right. But the Knicks are in it, so giving you a little playoff vibe here. Knicks Bulls had some good playoff games back in the day. Remember those? And without further ado, I'm going to start it off here with number 5, man. Players who played for Knicks and Bulls, man. Let's go.
Number 5.
Oh, Tyson Chandler. Yeah, Tyson Chandler, man. You remember Tyson Chandler was with the start off with the Bulls, then he went to the Knicks, and he was there with Melo and Amari Stoudemire and that team right there. They had Tyson Chandler. I remember that, man. But Tyson Chandler, solid player, for the Knicks and Bulls, big man. And it's not really about the impact so much as just, hey, look, man, he was on that Knicks team that a lot of people was hyping up to try to do something with Melo. And I think, man, that Tyson Chandler was solid. I think he was solid. Like, a lot of focus was on Melo, Amari Stoudemire, yada, yada, yada. But I think he was solid. I think he was a solid big man throughout his career. Tyson Chandler, number 5 on my list. Knicks and Bulls, man. Play for both. Remember now. So Jordan ain't on the list. I'm just gonna let you know. Spoiler alert. Didn't play for the Knicks. Number 4.
Number 4.
Bill motherfucking Cartwright. Y'all remember Bill Cartwright? Had the ugliest shot goddamn basketball, boy. A lot of people remember him from the Bulls, but he was actually, I think, a better player when he was on the Knicks, man. Throwback right there, man. Look at that shot. Bill freaking Cartwright, boy. Bill Cartwright was the oldest player in the NBA when he came into the NBA, man. Like, this dude just looked old. It was like him and Robert Parrish. It was like they was just there forever. They God damn, man. It was like,
Yo, Bill Cartwright was like 38 when he was drafted, bro.
Yeah, bro. You still playing? This is an old ass man. But Bill Cartwright, man. Bill Cartwright was solid though. Wasn't the greatest player, but he was a solid big man back in the day, man, for the Knicks and the Bulls, man, especially on them championship teams with Jordan. All right, let's go to number 3. Ew, dang on Cartwright.
Number 3.
Jamal Crawford. Yeah, man. Mr. Handles himself. Mr. Six-Man himself, man. Jamal Crawford, man. Talk about a score, boy. Boy, put up some points, man. Jamal, shoot it. But nah, Craw, man. Craw was nice, man. He was solid. You know what I'm saying? For the Bulls, especially, man. Went to the Knicks a little bit later in his career. Was all right. Nothing special, but I just came to mind thinking about the Knicks and the Bulls. I was like, man, Jay Craw played for him too, man. Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we all know, man, he was one of the better six-man dudes coming off the bench. One of those better role players, a bucket getter for your squad if you needed one, man. Jamal Crawford, number 3 on my list, man. Now we get into the nitty-gritty. Let's go to number 2.
Number 2.
Motherfucking Oakley. Yeah. Charles Oakley. Remember Charles Oakley played for the Bulls too. Came from the Bulls, man. Notable fact there. Of course, a lot of people remember the good old days when he was on the Knicks. Solid, one of Patrick Ewing's bodyguards for a long, long time. Started out, out there in Chicago with Jordan, one of his bodyguards. You know what I'm saying? So bodyguard Oakley, still tough, rugged in his ways. Even as an old man today, Charles Oakley, when I think tough basketball players, power forwards, you know, Charles always gonna be out. Charles, the name Charles Oakley, Charles Barkley, Charles Smith, Charles, bro. That's your power forward. Pencil in Charles, Oakley, Barkley, whoever. But Oak, good for the Bulls, good for the Knicks. One of my favorites. Let's go to number 1 though. He ain't the best though.
Number 1.
Yeah, this one's quite obvious. D Rose. I don't know why my picture cut off right there, but whatever. Derrick Rose played for the Knicks, played for the Bulls. He was an MVP for the Bulls, and then, and even in this later picture on the Knicks coming off the bench, man, dude was balling. Like, no bullshit. He was balling. Derrick Rose, my number 1 player for the Knicks and the Bulls, because I think he was good on both teams, honestly, man. And when you got an MVP, a former MVP, even though he was in the twilight of his career, I mean, injuries ruined Derrick Rose, man. Derrick Rose would have been one of the greats, for real. You know, and probably, you know, the Bulls probably would have never, you know, left the Bulls. Who knows? But unfortunately, you know, bounced around the league a little bit, ended up the Knicks. But make no bones about it, man. This dude was a very, very good player when he first got into the league. And so, yeah, he's best player on my list. So that's why he's number 1. But judge it, like it, love it, critique it. You are the Chicago native. So how did it do?
It did really, really well. Our list is similar but different. But yeah, I like that list, and you know, I'm gonna throw a little surprise in there for you on my list, man.
Right.
So
can't wait to see it.
And head to Big Pat's top Knicks Bulls players that play for both franchises, man. Let's get into it. So I get to talk a little basketball today, man. I feel good, man. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into number 5, man. Let's get into it.
Number 5.
John Starks.
Ooh, I ain't see that one coming.
I know a lot of Knicks players don't remember this, but John Starks played a couple of games with the Bulls in the 99-2000 season. And I remember being excited for that because after Jordan and Pippen and them left, Jordan retired, Pippen went on to the Houston Rockets at the time, and then he went on to the Blazers. John Starks played like 4 games for the Bulls, man. It didn't work out for him. You know, I guess people didn't like the whole John Starks thing on the Bulls, man, because he was a menace to us, man, in the playoffs and everything. John Starks, man, is one hell of a player, and he made my list because his New York Knicks career was outstanding. So that's number 5, man, on my list, man. John Starks, man. But let's get into number 4.
Number 4.
Yes, the Oak man himself, Charles Oakley, he was drafted by the Bulls. So, you know, he started out with the Bulls. He was drafted in 1985. But I do believe some of his best years were in New York when they was playing against us and MJ and them. MJ even said it, bro, you my best friend, and you knocked me the hardest across my damn head when I was on the court. And he was smacking Pippen in Chicago. He was smacking Pippen in New York. Charles Oakley, one of the original enforcers when it comes to the NBA, loved those years when the Knicks and Bulls were battling each other, man. Those were absolute battles back in the day. But the Oak man himself, man, Charles Oakley, loved him as a player. Actually a really good dude, too. Just don't talk shit to him. That's all I got to say. Coming in at number 3.
Number 3.
The oldest man in the NBA from the beginning of his career and had the ugliest jump shot you will ever see. Gotta put Bill Cartwright at number 3. I know he was a little bit lower on your list, but Cartwright number 3, man, he was a hell of a Knicks player when he played with the Knicks. He actually jump-started those teams before, Patrick Ewing when he was young. Bill Cartwright was there mentoring them, and Oakley and Mason and them came. He went over to my Chicago Bulls and was a part of the three-peat. Got to put Bill Cartwright up there, man. Got 3 rings with the Bulls, played hella seasons with the Knicks before coming over, man. He's an overall good dude, and he played his role, man. Ultimate role player, dude. And tough as nails, would smack you across the head and draw blood. He was definitely in those battles with the Knicks and the Bulls on both sides, man. And he did dirty work on both teams. Shout out to Bill Cartwright, man. All right, let's get into number 2.
Number 2.
Man, I had to put this man on my list. Jay Crossover. Jay Crossover at number 2, man. Drafted by the Bulls. Played about 4 years before he went on to greener pastures and played with the Knicks. One of the guys that made that move when he did like the little double behind the back and then took it up to the rim. Jamal Crawford, one of the guys that was just a heat flame off the bench, man. Lou Williams and them, man, they studied this guy, came off the bench. 6th Man of the Year award winner as well, and played a lot of years. Man, Jay Crossover played a lot of years for a lot of teams, but he was really good with the Knicks, man. Those couple of years that they allowed him to do his thing, and he got a jump start with the Bulls, and he was very exciting before they brought over Kurt Heinrich and what's my guy from Connecticut? Oh man, I always forget his name. Little guard Gordon. Yep. So that, and he became expendable and went to the Knicks and did some good things. So Jay Crossover, number 2, man. And coming in at number 1.
Number 1.
The obvious choice, Derrick Rose. Drafted by the Bulls, number 1 overall, the youngest MVP in league history. And man, this is one of the greatest what ifs in basketball history, bro. He was the one that was going back and forth with the Heat when they were on the Bulls trying to beat that big 3 over there in the Heat in the East, the only competition they really had. And when he went over to the Knicks, he was coming off the bench, but remember, that dude put up 50 points in one game coming off the bench for the Knicks. And that's when he lost all his explosiveness. Now, a cool thing about this one, not only because he is the number 1 guy, is the obvious choice, but I actually played against this dude in high school. He was a freshman. I think he was a freshman or a sophomore, and I was a senior. We played basketball just to keep, our cardio things up. And when this dude jumped off the floor, it was like a foof. Like, this dude was one of the most athletic freaks I have ever seen play any sport. Like, he was a monster, bro. And unfortunately, he got those 2 knee tears. I actually, to be honest with you, I kind of put it on Thibodeau a little bit because he just played those dudes into the dirt, bro. Rose, Joakim Noah, Luol Deng. Like, he played those dudes into the dirt. Kurt Heinrich. That's the way Thibodeau coaches, though, man. He puts all the onus on his starters, man. But hopefully you guys like my list, man. That was top 5. Glad to be a part of the coaching segment. I had to bring it, man. I had to fill in for coach, so I had to bring it. So that's my list, man. What do you guys think? Back to you, NYG.
Yeah, man. That's dope. Fucking John Starks. Damn, man, I forgot.
He played with the Bulls for 4 games.
Yeah. But yeah, dope list, bro. Of course, you know what I'm saying. And yeah, D Rose, man, you gotta have him number 1. Man, Cave said, damn, Bill Cartwright, that fool was always hurt. He was on the Knicks. He got traded to the Bulls. He was damn healthy. Yeah, he played it like damn near every game.
3-peat, man. Cave 3-peat. He did his best job with the Bulls. Take that.
Yeah, man. Definitely, man. So That was a dope list, bro. Definitely appreciate that. We got a little bit more time, so I'm gonna let you dive into what you got for us, man. On Chicago, on the Bulls, Chicago, New York. We're gonna have to do more of these. Might do a little football, a little baseball one. You know what I'm saying? Definitely gotta talk about the food.
That's
so
a fact.
we're gonna bring these. Yeah, we're gonna bring these more often for you, man. But go ahead and give us your list, man, of your guys in Chicago that played for the Bulls, man. We did the Bulls and Knicks. I could have did the Nets, but I didn't really know whether to do the Brooklyn Nets, the New York part of the or the New Jersey, or combine them. So I just left it off. Okay. I don't like confusion. But you got it, bro.
All right. So filling in for Coach tonight. Shout out to Coach, man. Get well soon. Hopefully you'll be on the next week's Heart of the City. But I'm going to fill in for Coach on Coach's Corner tonight. And Coach's Corner is going to be my top 5 Chicago Bulls players of all time. My list, my way. So let's get into Big Pat's Corner for tonight. Let's do it. So, filling in for Coach, man, I'm going to be giving my top 5 Chicago Bulls of all time. Hopefully you guys enjoy this, man. Filling in for Coach. I know this is big shoes to fill, but I'm the producer, and I fill in when I could get in, man. So, let's get into it. Number 5.
Number 5.
You see him? Horace Grant. Number 5 on my list of top Chicago Bulls of all time. Horace Grant played the power forward position, man. Came in, filled in, and got tutored by Bill Cartwright. There go that name again, Bill Cartwright. But he was pretty much that third guy when it came to those first 3-peat championships for the Bulls, man. They all grew together. Jordan came first, then came Pippen, and then came Horace Grant, man. They grew together. And they did something special over there for us over in Chicago, man. The 90s was our decade. And can't nobody say anything different, man. But Horace Grant, and the reason why he's number 5, because you can say that he was a third wheel when he was over there with Chicago, but when he went over there to the Magic, he actually made an all-star team, and the Magic actually beat the Bulls, the only time the Bulls lost a playoff series in the 90s. So shout out to Horace Grant, man. Glad you was on our team, man. Number 4.
Number 4.
Man, y'all better get it right. If y'all don't know who this man is on the screen, you better get it right. Jerry Sloan was doing his thing back in the day for the Chicago Bulls. Mostly known for being the head coach of the Utah Jazz for many years with those Karl Malone, Hornacek, and what's the point guard's name? John Stockton. But Jerry Sloan was putting in work down there with the Chicago Bulls back in his day when he was balling. Him and Phil Jackson and them boys was out there balling. I think Phil Jackson was a Knick and he was a Chicago Bull. But Jerry Sloan, man, better go look up Jerry Sloan, man. Dude was a baller, the original Bull, 2-time All-Star and 6-time All-Defensive Team. Jerry Sloan, number 4 on my list, man. Let's get to number 3.
Number 3.
Derrick Rose, number 3, could have easily been number 2, and we all know why he would have been number 2. But Derrick Rose, if he did not get hurt, was on a trajectory of probably one of the greatest players of all time. If it wasn't for those knee injuries, man. Derrick Rose, man, the youngest MVP ever. I mean, man, he played 8 seasons with the Bulls before he did 2 stints with the New York Knicks. Man, dog, I just hated that this dude got those knee injuries, man, because if he didn't get those knee injuries, he was a sight to see, man. I mean, that dude just overt dunking on people. Like, it was crazy. Go watch that dunk he did on Dragic. Go watch that dunk he did on the Heat when LeBron and them was watching, man. He was something to see, bro. he actually got Bulls fans back to watching the Bulls like it was almost the 90s back in the day. So Derrick Rose, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, King, man. Hopefully you're healthy and you're living cool, man. But what if, man? What if? All right, let's get to number 2.
Number 2.
Scottie Pippen, the greatest Robin of all time. 6 rings with the Chicago Bulls, man. Got tutored by Jordan to get past those pesky Pistons. Stop getting migraines, and we wound up whooping their ass and getting to our first championship. And Scottie Pippen was a huge part of that, man. Jordan himself said he was a huge part of that. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about Scottie Pippen, man. People forget that first season that Jordan retired, Scottie Pippen was in the MVP conversation and almost led us to the finals his damn self. Damn, man, I wish we could have did something that year. You know, fell a little back to the Magic the next year when Jordan came back. He was 45, but after that, another 3-peat. And he was a pivotal part in those 3-peats, man. Had a contract dispute, but came back after 30 games, and we still won the championship. Now, people forget the Houston Rocket year. That was crazy. Him, Barkley, and Olajuwon, that didn't work. But go look at Scottie Pippen when he played with the Portland Trail Blazers. That dude was shooting them threes. He was the point forward, one of the original point forwards. And if he played today, oh my goodness, would eat people alive. Scottie Pippen, underrated, as a matter of fact. I don't care what nobody said. That dude's underrated. He should be at least top 15. And some people, in my eyes, could be a top 10 if you actually look at his whole body of work. But Scottie Pippen, one of the best defensive players of all time. Shout out to the Pip, man. Pip was doing his thing. And you know who number 1 is, but let's give him some theatrics.
Number 1.
The GOAT himself, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Just look at the picture, man. All that stuff behind him is his accomplishments. Not to add to all defensive teams, not to add to 5 MVPs, not to add to 6 finals MVPs, not to add one of the top scorers of all time, not the best selling basketball player of all time. Everybody still wears this man's shoes. That's how great he was. And he made basketball in the 90s for sure. And part of the 80s, but that was still Magic Bird, Isaiah Thomas. You still got to give them guys their flavor. But everybody wants to make fun of him for those couple of years with the Wizards. But believe it or not, he had the Wizards in playoff contention. And if he didn't get hurt that first year, they would have been in the playoffs with who? Kwame Brown, Haywood, a young Rip Hamilton. Who else? He's playing with people like Christian Laettner and Blatch and all those guys, and he was still a force. He was giving business to people like Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady and Paul Pierce. He was giving them work, putting up 40 points a game at one point with the Wizards. So the best of all time, the best Bull of all time, but I think one of the best players of all time. Is up to your discretion, man. But yeah, I didn't put Orlando Woolrich and Bob Love on there, man, Cave, is because Horace Grant, what he did lead the Bulls, he still had a very good career, and he got 3 rings with the Bulls. He was a very pivotal part to that. That's why I didn't put Bob Love, but Bob Love was definitely right after Horace Grant, bro. And you know your basketball, man, because Woolrich was a monster too, but I had to put Horace Grant there. So that is my top 5 players for the Chicago Bulls, my all-time list, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Shout out to NYG and Coach, man. Thank you, NYG, for letting me do this on Big Pat's Corner, filling in for Coach tonight. So let's get back to the show. You muted.
Dope list. Yeah, man. Bob Love, man, Cave, you right. Definitely Bob Love. You know, y'all had Jimmy Butler there too. Very good player. Tony Kukoc. A lot of people forget about Tony Kukoc. Very underrated. He stepped in. He was Pippen's Robin when Jordan left, when Pippen took over that team. Yep. So people sleep on Tony Kukoc. One of the first Euro dudes that was in there, man. You know, like 6'11" dudes shooting 3-pointers. I was like, what the fuck? Like, knocking them shits down. Man, that's one of the first dudes, like, European players that I seen that was big like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because he was before Dirk Nowitzki got there and that was shooting threes. I was like, God damn, this dude, he was hitting them from I remember he used to hit them shits from the corner. Bang!
Croatian sensation. That's what they call him, man. The Croatian sensation. Shout out, man, to old Tony Kukoc, man. There was a couple of players I was thinking about, but I was like, I gotta give it to old Horace, man.
Yeah. He was solid, Horace Grant. Remember, he went to the Orlando Magic. Played with them.
Played with the Lakers too.
Yep. Played with the Lakers. So yeah, Horace Grant. He was another one of those hired goons. Like Oakley, like Barkley, like it was them dudes, bro. They were powerful, true power forwards back in the 80s and 90s, bro. Yeah, those were the dudes that was protecting your stars back then. You know, remember the Davis boys? They used to have to protect Reggie Miller over there with the Pacers.
Yeah, you know you had protectors back in the day.
Yeah.
One more honorable mention. Only reason why I didn't put him on the list because he didn't put in as much work and he wasn't there from the grind years like Horace Grant was, and that's Dennis Rodman. I was seriously considering putting Dennis Rodman there.
Yeah,
but I think he's more known for the Pistons than the Bulls.
Yeah, depends on your basketball knowledge. Like when you know ball, you know that Rodman was the bad boy.
Yep, the original Rodman, bad boy.
But, you know, some of the modern era people, you know, might think of the blonde Rodman that was on the Bulls. You know what I mean? His hair and everything. But yeah, Rodman was definitely a Piston. I agree with you, more so than a Bull. But yeah, that's all we got. We're gonna have to cut it short tonight. But yeah, appreciate you, Coach. Get well. I know you out there listening or probably watching on the replay, man. You know, we got our prayers up for you, brother. So we'll see you on the next one, man. But this was dope. Appreciate you filling in, Pat. And we're going to do some more New York, Chicago culture segments. So don't get it twisted. We're going to get Coach in here. You know, I know Coach, you know, he go way back. So that's
way back. He the one that would have had Bob Love on there.
Hell yeah. You know he would have had Bob Love. You guys forgot about Bob Love.
Right.
But yeah, that's all we got for you for tonight, man. So you already know what to do, man. Take us out, man.
All right. Appreciate y'all, man. This has been Heart of the City with your host, NYG22. Talking about New York sports teams. We are out of here, man. Thank you guys. And man, stay tuned for the next Heart of the City next week. Same time, same place, same culture aspect, man. This show is so dope. Proud to be a part of it. But to the next episode, peace.
Peace.